Okay, if you wanted to get it out, we're going to use it from the very beginning. So we're going to actually go ahead and set up. Have your strap nice and wide. And it's up to you if you use a block or if you fold your blanket or your towel, depending on how high you want that lift underneath your hips. Because we're going to be in this position here. And you'll first want to take the strap around the thighs. And make sure that D-ring is not going to cut into your thighs. And tighten the strap so that when you set the feet down and you release the legs, they're still going to be about hips distance apart. But you don't have to hold them. You don't have to make the effort of holding them there. And once you've got that ready, then you can lift the hips and start settling and surrendering.
We're not using the blocks, are we?
That's up to you if you wanted to use the block or just the folded blanket.
Okay. But we're not using both.
No. Pick one. And since we're starting in this position here, bring the hands to the belly. Very relaxed. We're going to begin our meditation in this position. So you want to be as comfortable as possible so that you can release and surrender. The hands to the belly gives us an opportunity to really engage with the sensations of our breath. Feeling the breath, bringing the belly up and down. You can simply be aware of the breath. Or with the inhale, you can think to yourself, I am breathing in. And as you exhale, you can think to yourself, I am breathing out. I am breathing in. And I am breathing out. Belly rising and falling with every breath. Breathing in, belly rises. Breathing out, belly falls. Awareness to the hips area, in the front, just where the legs connect to the torso. Perhaps notice what you feel there, front hip flexors. notice if you feel gravity gently drawing them down, inviting the area to release and surrender. Give yourself over to that surrender. With every exhale, see if you can melt into the mat a little more. Let's consider our heart space, the center of the chest. You can even think of your physical heart. Being thankful for it, for every beat that keeps you alive. From your heart, call up your intention for the next hour, your resolve. What do you deeply long to fulfill through this practice? Our theme this week will be forgiveness. Make your intention having to do with forgiveness. For example, I am forgiveness. Or I forgive myself and others. Or it can be something else. State it to yourself in the present tense. How do you long to live? Release the intention back into the heart space with faith and gratitude. Bring awareness again to your breaths. Deep, deep inhales. Belly rises. Long, long exhales. Belly falls. Slowly, let's take our arms up and overhead alongside each ear, finding a stretch with the arms. And perhaps you can lengthen the legs, let them fall nice and slow. Release the legs, release the arms. Nice, gentle stretching here. Connecting with the expansion of the whole of the front body. And the gentle back bend along the back body. slowly we'll bend the legs again, plant the feet, bring the arms back. Down alongside your body, you can gently lift the hips and remove anything that was underneath, lifting the hips. And then take the time to lift the feet and release the strap and set it to the side. And bring your knees into your chest, knees to chest hug. You can rock side to side. You can have some ankle rolls here. Gently moving the ankles around and around. And let's set the feet back down to the mat, nice and wide. Open those arms out to T, and then begin to do gentle windshield wipers. Take it nice and slow. Come back to center with the knees. Walk the feet in a little bit so that they're hips distance apart again. We'll leave the left leg bent and the foot planted. Let's draw in the right knee toward our chest or armpit. You can hold this knee with both hands if that works for you, or only one hand or your right arm. If you want to do something with the left arm, like leave it out to T, make it into cactus, or lengthen it up overhead again alongside the ear. Settle here with this one knee to the chest. Another option here, you can lengthen the left leg and let it rest all the way down. Creates a little bit bigger stretching sensation and opening between the legs. Connected and present here. Now let's take a moment with that right knee and begin to release it and do some circles around. And make them really big circles in one direction. Going around and around. get back to center, change the direction of the circle the other way. Now let's place both feet to the mat, legs bent. Wonderful. Widen the feet and do some windshield wipers again, side to side. Come back to center with the knees. Walk the feet back to hips distance apart. And now let's draw in the left knee to the chest. Give it a nice hug. Pick your preferred way of holding this knee toward your heart. Something else with your right arm, if that suits you. Out to T, cactus, or up overhead alongside the head. Nice and surrendered here. Option to surrender the right leg nice and long while you continue to hold the left knee in toward you. Oh, the beautiful power of forgiveness. Has an immense power to bring harmony within ourselves, with others, and in the whole world. We don't realize that every one of our actions is like a ripple in the water, radiating outwards, and we are thinking too small. One more breath here. We can release a little bit of that left knee and start to do the circles around. Center, take the circles the other way. Slowly bring the foot down to the mat. Allow both legs to be bent and spread the feet wide for windshield wipers once again. Back, forth. foot and find a bit of a half happy baby. So this is going to be a little bit different than just the knees to chest. We're going to lift our foot just a little bit. The left leg can stay bent. You can take the right arm behind the knee here. You can find a different position for the left arm. Or you can bring both arms behind the right thigh, knee, to hold into this half happy baby. Always have the option here to lengthen the left leg. Just know it's going to be feeling quite a bit more intense. So only go for it if you feel it's beneficial to you. Breathe into that right hip and leg side. Practice of forgiveness is our most important contribution to the healing of the world. One more breath here. And slowly we'll release the half happy baby back down. Take a nice long body stretch. Both legs down, arms up overhead. Lengthen and reach out to the bottoms of the feet with all of your inhale and with your exhale. Surrender all effort. Do that one more time with your next inhale. Reaching, getting longer, creating lots of space in your spine. And exhale to surrender. Now let's bend the legs, plant the feet. Bring in the left leg for the half happy baby, so the foot is tilted further upward rather than resting all the way down. Hook in to hold behind that left knee. Perhaps experiment with your right arm. Test the waters and see if lengthening the right leg is beneficial for you. If you cross the edge between the challenge and the comfort, then draw it back. here in your presence. Stay with your experience, being kind and compassionate and forgiving of yourself. Forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you. We are prisoners of unforgiveness, and we often do not realize it. One more breath here. We'll slowly surrender the half-happy baby back down. Both legs down, nice and long. And go for those long body stretches, creating lots of space in the whole body. Inhaling and actively stretching. Exhaling and actively surrendering. A couple more like this with your own breath. Slowly we'll bring the arms back down. Draw the knees into the chest. Find the knees to chest hug. Perhaps you'd want to lift your head a little bit. Find a gentle neck stretch in the back of the neck. Slowly we'll release the feet to the mat. Roll onto the side body. Take a couple of breaths here. And then we'll rise up to seated. Prep your blanket or block to sit on. And let's find a cross-legged position with our right leg in front. So you can stay in cross-legged position, or you can play a little bit further. We're releasing that right foot from underneath that left knee, finding your way closer to this other square position. If it works for you, you can lift the right foot and place the ankle on top of the left thigh. If this feels like too much tension on the ankle, on the knees, then that's too far. Release here or stay here in the cross-legged position. If you have a lifted knee, bringing a block for support underneath here could be really nice. Find your square position, the one that works best for you. There's no right or wrong. Have a nice tall spine. Let's inhale and exhale here a couple of times. Let's bring our arms out to T. wiggle the fingers. Roll the ankles of the hands. Let's roll the ankles of the hands. I do that all the time. I like to call these ankles and these wrists. Great. Now let's bring the arms down and behind the back and see about reaching for opposite elbows. If not, see about reaching for opposite wrists. Wrist is fine. Or further along the arm until you get to the elbows. Whatever works best here. Settle into your breath. Notice your heart lifted and open. Open for forgiveness, understanding. Slowly release the arms. Bring them out to T. And let's bring them through the front, taking the left arm on the outside, the right on the inside, hook at the elbows, making eagle arms here, feeling a different stretch along the back shoulder blades. In, out. Notice this is a more protected position. This is a good time to turn inwards. Offer forgiveness for yourself. You are no longer who you were in the past, even yesterday, or what you did yesterday. You are who you are right now in this moment, a perfect place to begin anew. One more breath here. Slowly release, uncross the arms, and let's take them up. Stretch, reach up, wiggle the fingers, and slowly allow the arms to come down through the front. And take a little bow forward. Slowly inhale and begin to rise back up. Slowly uncross your legs. Let them release nice and long. Give them a gentle shake. And let's tick-tock side to side with a little bend in the knees. Roll onto one hip and then the other. Blocks nearby. We're going gonna be in a little bit of a straddle position before we return to square on the other side. Inhale deeply here, feel a nice tall spine, rooted sit bones. As you're ready, let the heart come forward. Find that edge. Hands to mat, hands to block, or forearms to block, or forehead to block. Hawaiian forgiveness mantra is a beautiful way to develop and practice forgiveness. The mantra says, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Someone really hurt my feelings on Friday. And eventually, sometime over the weekend, I remembered the Hawaiian mantra and I began to say it for them. And I imagined them saying it back to me, so that then I would be able to let go of what they did toward me and toward my family. Help to dissipate any angry feelings toward this person. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Last breath here. Use our hands with the next inhale to rise back up. Bring the arms upward, lengthen and stretch. Say thank you. And let's start some wrist rolls and finger movements and bring the arms down, and maybe at some point draw in the shoulders. Great. Let's bend one leg and then the other, nice and wide feet. Do a little bit of windshield wipers before we return to that square position on the other side. Come into our cross-legged position. This time the left leg is going to be on the outside. Maybe this is your square here. That's perfectly great. You can also experiment with releasing that left heel out from underneath the right knee, or placing the left ankle on top of the right thigh. If this leg is nice and high, you can bring a block here or here. Let's take a few breaths here in the upright position. Notice if you're holding tension, if you've gone too far. Let's bring our arms out to T. Wiggle those fingers, roll those wrists. And slowly we'll bring the hands down behind the back. Start to reach for wrists or opposite elbows. Now you're probably gone in exactly the same way you did before because that's normal. It's our habit. So switch which hand is doing what. Which hand was closer to the back and which one was further. So switch it. Let the hands hold in a little bit different position. It might feel a little awkward, and that's good. Feel the strength of your spine lifting you up, heart lifting upward. The heart that is reaching for a higher vibration, the higher heart of forgiveness, rather than the lower vibration of anger or resentment or unforgiveness. Breathing in and breathing out. Slowly take one more breath in, release it out, and let's release the arms outward, nice, stretchy, and now we'll bring them through the front. This time the right arm's going to be on the outside, the left on the inside, finding our eagle arms here. Great place behind your arms to return inward. Perhaps say, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. We are so hard on ourselves almost every day about not meeting some lofty expectation we had for ourselves. And not only do we do that, but then we carry that outward on toward others. So if you feel like you didn't meet some expectation you had for yourself, speak the mantra lovingly to your own self, or speak it towards someone else. One more breath here. And slowly release. Unwind, bring the arms up, and take the arms down through the front. Gentle forward fold here. Be the one who nurtures and who builds. Be the one who has an understanding and a forgiving heart. One who looks for the best in people. Be the one who leaves people better than you found them. Be the one who leaves people feeling more loved than they did when you found them. Slowly come back upright. Take your time. Gently uncross the legs. Release, gentle shake. Free to tick-tock, side to side. Roll here onto the hips. Surrender again into this dragonfly position. Let's turn toward the left leg. You're welcome to have blocks to either side of the leg if you might want to rest the forearms there as we fold forward. Up to you. As we look at our left foot, we'll inhale deeply and slowly exhale. Surrender the heart toward the left knee. Let the arms be as relaxed as possible. Hands to the floor, mat, hands to the leg. Our forearms resting to the blocks. Daily cultivate forgiveness with ourselves, with our family, with our friends, and with the strangers that we pass by. Reminding yourself that every person you encounter carries a sorrow and a struggle. And that we all share a fundamental humanity. One more breath here. Your next inhale, rise back up. Bring the arms out to either side. Let's reach up. Touch the palms, interlace the fingers. Turn the palms up. Stretch. You can even play with the arms coming down through the front. And coming back up. Working a little bit here with the shoulders. See about using the shoulders for this movement. switch to the other leg, facing that leg, taking a deep inhale. And as you exhale, let the heart come down forward toward that thigh and knee. Forgiveness and breathing out forgiveness. Even for the person who cuts you off in traffic, who gives you a dirty look at the store, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. So often, when somebody does something against us, we wonder, what is their problem? We forget to ask that of our own selves. What is my problem? Why am I taking offense? Breathing in forgiveness and breathing out forgiveness. Next inhale, we'll slowly rise back up. Take your time. Hands and arms upward. Take a deep, long stretch. Reach with one arm and then the other. Bring arms down and then take arms up. Feeling the shoulder movement, turn the palms down as you go down, turn the palms up as you come up. Changing the rotation of the shoulders. Great. Let's come up one more time. Touch the palms and let's bring the hands through heart center. Wonderful. Let's help to bend one leg and then the other. Do a couple of windshield wipers here. Find a gentle release. And let's make our way back down to the mat on our back side. Draw the knees in to the chest, knees to chest hug. Wrap your arms around the legs. Take another moment here to speak the mantra of forgiveness toward yourself or toward someone else. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. extend our legs up. Lift the hips, find a stretch with the legs kind of coming up overhead. Hands can be behind the thighs. You can even bring the hands beneath the buttocks and lift the buttocks a little more. You can also find a happy baby, if that suits you even better right now, and rock side to side and happy baby. Very slowly, surrender the legs long and the arms long. Take one more big, long stretch out from the fingertips and out from the bottoms of the feet. Surrender it all with the exhale, and then find your Shavasana, your corpse position. Allow the legs to become a little wider, the toes to turn outward, shoulder blades in the back, feeling nice and comfortable. Relax and surrender the whole of the body. Whole of the body. Surrendered toes and feet. Surrendered ankles, lower legs, knees, thighs. Surrendered hips, buttocks. Surrendered lower back, lower belly. Surrendered middle back, middle belly. Surrendered rib cage, front, back, and the whole of your heart space. Surrendered heart, a soft and tender heart. Surrendered shoulders, arms, wrists and fingers and hands. Surrendered throat, willing to speak forgiveness. Surrendered whole of the head and face. To yourself, draw it forward from your heart space. We'll slowly make our way back up to seated.